money them a thief. And them a sell out the beach. Can't for me again. You can't for me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. Can't buy Kenyan, we can't buy time. You can't for me again. Can't for me again. You can't for me again. You hold me down for a very long time. Can't buy sugar, we can't buy lime. You touch up line and I resort to crime. You can't for me again. Come and say big up all the charities and all of the givers. Some of them like say them powerful, me no make a bigger. The urgent the promises done and them not deliver. Cut up the youth and rough and it's going down whatever. Member pool money and they lie them tell. Corruption smell and they pocket them smell. When police don't have market like Satan out of hell go mash up people start and thief when them spell. Keep on me. What they treat the market man. Keep on me. What them a treat the cat man. Keep on me. What they treat the peanut man. Stibby dim day. We in Global TV says certain kind of friend we no cape. And some informer friend we love lake. We in Global, bona fake friend and bona tape. We in Global, we not promote them, we not support them. Look at them on the cheek, come here represent for. We in Global TV, check it.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us from the Eastern timeline. If you're joining us from the London timeline, good afternoon. Some are still hang around. Hey, Carnival done for Monday. Some are still hang around, but we will keep up with it. The promotion of Dr. Nigel Clarke should have shown all of us that Jamaica is a trading ground for wickedness. We will get into that later this morning. To my community of party and family members, platform moderators, membership holders, viewers, subscribers, commenters, and trolls, good morning, good afternoon, and welcome. Thank you for joining us. Like and share the live, please. Yvonne Bradford, Karen Forbes, Wagwan Bro, Debbie Jervis TV, called JPS in St. Elizabeth, Black River. I have a message for them this morning. Call them, beat and teach. Deb, Yvonne Riley is a holder. Pauline Dixon, Ebenezer Cody. Sunshine, Jason Kane, Yvonne Riley, Michelle Lewis Wilson, God's Gift, Ralston Henry, Janet Riley, Cousin Jay, Sim, Patricia Matthews, Natalia Freeman, Elaine Turner, E.M. Violet Watson, Matt Knight Hunnigan, Angela Missenden, Althea, Sonia Johnson from North London. Good morning. Good afternoon, rather, from North London. Good afternoon to North London. Good afternoon to North London. To the people of the West Midlands, good afternoon. Cousin Rohan, Queen of Sheba, good afternoon. Bros, Lilith Foster, Paula Shelley, good morning. RJ, Young DET World, Lilith Foster, Blue Wave, Pedro Germont, good morning. Good morning. Dr. Toftan, thief in sell bad rice, import bad rice for kill we have. Dr. Toftan. I see a video circulating on TikTok. Saying goes a picture, doctor. Hey, Make I tell some country around the world hello and thank you for their support. Dr. Tufton sending goes off with you. Dr. Tufton. See him really goes up. JPS, you ever hear about Sense Foul yet? Call JPS in Black River. Fabian on this, JP. To the people of Jamaica, thank you for supporting Global TV. To the people of the United States of America, thanks for your support. The United Kingdom, my country of residence, thank you for your support. To the people of Canada, thank you. To the people of the Cayman Islands, thank you. The people of Nigeria, one of my favorite countries in Africa. It's irritating sometimes that I'm not Nigerian. Thanks to the people of Nigeria for your support to global television. South Africa, thank you. Thank you for your support. Kenya, Gen Z, thank you. Thanks for your support to global television. To the people of Germany, thank you for your support. To the people of the Bahamas, thank you. To the people of Uzbekistan, thank you. To the people of India, thank you. Russia, my Putin, thank you for watching. And there's various countries that is supporting global television. Thank you for your viewership and your support. It is well acknowledged and received. Deb from Michigan, thank you all very much globally who have supported the global television group. I want to pick up on a few things on the One Jamaica Legal Defense, but JPS, you ever hear about Sense Foul yet? I'm aware, JPS, Black River, that from Monday, light gone in certain areas of parity, particularly the Little Bridge community and Spice Grove. But the horror of it, JPS, you all can't find what the problem is, Jamaican TV. Get a Sense Foul on board JPS. We always know the saying, say, Sense Foul, we crash out, woman look out a down the heat. You may just get a Sense Foul, JPS, to find what you've lost in parity, where you can give back light to the people that they did get back last week, and for the last 3-4 days it gone, and you can't find the problem. Ask a Sense Foul, JPS. Because if you can't find the problem, Sense Foul might just be able to scratch it out of where the problem is hiding. What a crisis of a country. JPS can't even find their own problem anymore. You don't know anyone who can call for help? Do you know, JPS, anywhere that you can call for expertise, help? This is getting worse. What's around? Don't know. This is getting worse with the whole JPS debacle. All the new light posts, them are fall down already, you know. All the new light posts, them, it looks like a hand JPS use and dig them a light lamp post for them. JPS I use hand, my people. I dig hole. Remember in Alligator Pond. Remember in Alligator Pond. Hmm? We saw residents have to be digging their own hole. If I'm not lying, correct me, Karen. Party people did help dig some of them hole as well, Simone Bedford. Hmm? So them something are not working, JPS. Nothing nah work. Remember, I no kill off people already, you know. We no kill dog, we no kill bullfrog. Yes, JPS. Violet Watson, we have the evidence. It's just not working. But then again, the People's National Party and the Jamaica Labour Party, OUR, the whole of them are in a bat and ball of who is to be blamed. But when you listen to the press conference over the weekend, you realize the two political parties ought to be blamed because JPS, OUR said they have been asking since 2012. Since 2012. And none of both political parties pay any legislative attention to what OUR is asking. And now the two political parties have flatter back and forth as to who is to be blamed. Wicked criminal Dr. Tufton, criminal, thief, hmm? Murder. Dr. Tufton, you have a vendetta against babies in Jamaica. Have you not, doctor? Hmm? Is it not the same doctor that allow our babies to die from bacteria, known bacteria, in our hospital? Well aware of, Dr. Tufton. And you stayed silent and allow our babies to die. Hmm? Countless of them, because the number what you give us wasn't true. Because they've been dying long before and have been ignoring it. When you do speak about it, you claim a minuscule number, but no, Dr. Tufton, that baby scandal, you killed more baby then. But I see some images, Dr. Tufton, coming out of Linstead Hospital over on TikTok. Sinting gossip for true, doctor. Sell bad rice, import bad rice, doctor. Kill baby, doctor. Stole billions from the health service, doctor. Something goes off it true. That video over TikTok with babies in Linstead Hospital, young babies, newborn babies. The bed, Dr. Tufton, is them same plastic chair where we saw the model turn wheelchair. Dr. Tufton something gossip. Hey, Jesus. They say it's not true. Everything now AI. Everything now AI and vlogger for blame. Dr. Tufton, I want to know if something goes off with true. Can honor provide us proof? Say it now goes up. Mothers, if something goes off with true, mothers only need to reach out to somebody and talk. This is a human rights abuse. If something goes off with true, the reason why I'm not showing the images, I'm not sure of it. But I want, if something goes off with true, no maternity ward at Linstead Hospital. So therefore, that would be a make-up story then. That's why I wasn't comfortable showing the images because it didn't sit well with me. I hear that the image of is not from Jamaica. Okay, let me come off this issue. I didn't bring the image. I want to question if it goes up, if it's true. Because I'm not afraid for that. The image is put out by a known PNP propagandist. And this is why I not pick up on what propagandists put out. I prefer to pick up on what the news put out. So make me done with that. Minister editing and not.
This is a great day for Jamaica. The JUTC has been on track to go totally cashless, and we have integrated technology in the buses. We have the old cashless system and the new cashless system. Eventually, the JUTC will be able to offer a fully cashless service, which you will be able to use all the convenient payment methods, whether it's a card, your phone. Some people can pay from their watch, use your credit card. So you have a fully integrated non-cash system, which will be more convenient for you and indeed for the JUTC as it relates to the management and accountability of resources. So great improvement all around. This is a great day for Jamaica.
Minister everything. You could make the reverse tax in turn up back at your P. We know say India got tell one dangerous lie like you. But back off of that. Uno can't done with the cashless analysis story. Cashless galangin is an analysis story in Jamaica. Barrel, the effects of barrel. Other system should show you that leave it alone, Prime Minister. Let it. The way how you push, that's something. Foreign country, we have great power facility and great infinite and great power infrastructure and internet infrastructure and services. Now push down cashless galangin lakayo lefi. Leave it alone. You see, like how I use the JTC and I try to, yes, it's a good thing that I bring in more transportation in the system. But why all the while does Kingston and St. Andrew gonna think about when it comes to developing or improving in the transportation industry? Why don't? Or by now, you can have an island-wide policy for transport. Similar to how thieving doctor, similarly to the JUTC, can you not find an ambulance fleet? China will sell on cheap. If Europe too dear, China sell things cheap. Come on. One of the bounce idea off of one another. At time we have an ambulance fleet in Jamaica now. It is full time. And we don't see nobody on the front there attack anything of that at all. Why Andrew take over from all of the people them we work with him? Dr. Chang turn upside of him where they have to make him talk. Darrell Vaz turn up back of him and a peep round and have to make him talk. And nobody no sister is a one-man government. But congratulations to Chief Richard Curry and his group.
freaking made it.
Welcome.
Yeah.
No hand go. Yeah.
Bless up the maroons from Jamaica. You know what? Come on. I'm in Washington, D.C.
Yes, congratulations to Chief Richard Curry and his team. They will be joining Ujubanton L Ambassador on stage at the Washington concert, rather. So congratulations to him and his team and his ambassadors. Dr. Killer Clarke, Nigel Clarke. Minute I got taught from Philip Palwell, Darrell Vaz, and PJ Pattison, and all of them who stitch way up with JPS. The all of them. So this wicked Philip Palwell, we want to blame around now. Take your part of the blame. Let them make them deal with for them part of the blame. Not to Philip wicked Palwell. Oh no, take for on part of the mess that we are in at the moment without the bad handling of you and PJ Pattison. We would have never been here with JPS. We're not just shove it off. Shove it off on our hand and never care one iota of what was done to the people. Not one. Nigel Clarke has been celebrated as Bruha and Brumu and Brudan. Hey, hey, danger ahead. Oh, danger ahead. Education Minister tipped to replace Nigel Clarke at Finance Ministry is favored training for the World Bank because it's a mash it up scenario around here. Train them to mash it up. Train them. Have you ever heard Favor read? Or not ever hear Favor read yet? Basic school picking read better and Favor. Dunce and docile looking like Dr. Chang coming on. Where Andrew pick up them dunce, docile looking people are from. I don't know where Andrew pick up all of these dunce, docile looking people from. Favor at the Ministry of Finance. Have you seen education? Have you heard about her budget raid at the Education Ministry? Hey, have you heard what Grace McLean and Favor Casancho and all of those Warrell, have you heard what they have done to education? Send the post to the milk, send the post to the butter. If we have done that to education, what do you think will happen if she gets to the ultimate purse? The ultimate purse. Have you ever heard Dana Dixon try to tell a lie? Oh my God. The JLP is falling apart. They're falling in on themselves and they're also falling apart. But I don't think a lot of people recognize what is happening, Christopher. Nobody recognizes the falling in on themselves and falling apart. Wagwan in the Labour Party wasn't Wagwan in the old JLDF, which we will get to. Legalities and administration matters, they say. Have you heard Dana Dixon try to tell a lie? Hey, it will be SSL plus tax equal brata. Wayne Evans. Hey, Murdoy, Jesus. All right, Andrew Holness. Before we get to Nigel, here is an advice. You know your Attorney General. Your Attorney General is not a part of the brouhaha in Parliament. What I would suggest you do, one of the dumbbells, Prime Minister, what you would do here first is go and search for a good and honest economist if we have. Why not try? Bangaraga broke you now. Hear how it is, Prime Minister. Joseph Patterson is quite an esteemed, as he presented, CPA. He understands how the finances of a country should run. With his disgruntledness of the way you have things been run, Joseph Patterson at the purse. So what I would advise you, Prime Minister, one of the hocoms you have in the Senate, remove them. Appoint Joseph Patterson to the Senate with the portfolio of the Ministry of Finance, undisturbed by Andrew Holness. Think about it. Or just like how your Attorney General, you just pick him up from out of the blues so, and say, Attorney General, say Attorney General, yeah. Pick up somebody from out of this. All right, if not Joseph Patterson, you may not agree with that. The easy jerk world, blue waves. When you can't hit the like button, when you can't hit the like button, when you have to mind people business. Huh? When you have to mind people business, when you can't hit the like button anyway. Might not be Joseph Patterson, Andrew Holness. Look for a good economist or someone who understands finances. Because, Andrew, as it sits, you don't have nobody around you who understands them sitting there right now. And you're not going to take up the Horace Changism and put Dr. for fight crime and put marketing expert to look after health. You use a dumbbell as favor to look after education. Hey, look at where we're at. You don't have nobody amongst you, Prime Minister. They're tainted. All we know is one away I pick. All right. Dana, if a Dana wouldn't be under the illicit probe because Dana knew. If Miss Williams is being picked, all we know Miss Williams not under the illicit probe. All we know Dr. Clarke where runway, now runway for crime. Anyway, let's. But Andrew Holness, you don't have anybody amongst you to do it currently, man. You need to look for somebody outside of your bubble, Andrew Holness. No matter with the Changism and the Tuftanism around here. We're talking about the country finances. All right? One of the take this big illustrious Doctor of Finances, Teeth. Look at what Dr. Teeth has done to the economy. How much of your offices, and your wholeness, how much of your ministerial offices of your government have not reported appropriations account to Nigel Clarke's department for 8 years, and the wholeness? Trillions of it. Hey, let's train to mash it up. The SSL scandal, the Jamaican taxpayers' money that's been used to keep a fraudulent financial investor going. I wonder if Dr. Clarke will be able to ignore a report on his desk at the IMF. Let's train them to mash it up. We have proven to you, you remember Dr. Clarke's budget presentation, that one he asked for more time. And when he was given more time by Parliament, he still came out and skewed that budget up. You remember that budget was an auditioning. Lots of those international secretaries were there to see the staging of open it up. Because that's what Dr. Clarke does. F up things. And it is why Dr. Clarke has been promoted. Because the organization, you see that the wicked there, you see me, Motley, Michelle Obama, Kamala Harris. On a new farmer wicked, the world has not seen what is about to unleash. On a put that elected America, democracy, we've just seen dictatorship unfolding in America, where Kamala Harris is not elected but selected as the Democrat brouhaha bunch of them ism. The world will see what is to come if that woman is placed at the highest office of crime on this planet. Hey, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Mia Motley. You, the dictator, was wicked. Can you audition to me, Mia Motley? You audition to the big post at the UN, you criminal Motley. Hey, you dictator. You land thief, Mia Motley. I tell people all the while, be careful of that woman. Poise of when them talk like them on black people's side. Be careful of these demons. But never mind that demon, because the demon that Mia Motley is will unleash. You think they can keep it in for long? Stay there. Stay there. If you think a criminal like Mia Motley, if you think a corrupt puppet like Mia Motley, this is Andrew Wholeness 2.0. Let's move on. The JUTC proceed. Favor. What subject will these Cuban teachers be teaching? And what is their English language capability? Now ask anything more. Now ask you a thing more, Favor. Them you want you come out and feed the lie, but rather be the investor could have talk who come and to who. The information, the investors and the drillers are put out there. We know this. Oh no, we know the game. You hear? We know the game, so no could answer, no not find it, or no could answer. Change the information you're putting out, United Oil and Gas. Change the information you're putting out. It's as simple as that. Hmm? And why you don't be more transparent? Why not have all these big investors meeting? Where investors that throw their money against stone suffer? Huh? Ask yourself, why investor a walk and throw their money against stone? Because we are fools. Hmm? We are fools, you see. The same Labour government, Lord Jesus, Rattigan, you see how no fi deal fear in our life. The same Labour government who collude with the Americans and the CIA to bring down social democracy in Jamaica. Hey, this same Labour Party is now turning to Cubans to fill their education system. These same people who mash up, pop up, and break up Michael Manley's vision for education is going to the same Cubans you rebelled against 40, 50 years ago. Make it make sense. Your big Western friends, them will tell yourself, ditch Cuba, ditch Venice, ditch Cuba, ditch Venezuela, and all of those. Why you never go ask them to lend your teacher? Why you go back to the same communist? Hmm? Why you go back to the same communists? Hmm? Make it make sense. I don't understand it. Me think you don't go in one of your democratic country. Hmm? So why Jamaica don't go communism then? Because democracy and capitalism now work for we. Why don't we go autocracy and communism? Mix it up and blend it up. Because democracy and capitalism ain't working for us, is it? Hmm? Democracy and capitalism ain't working for us. Cause man, how you do? Who no like no look out down a seaside and JPS a walk and look and can't find it. Hmm? You see, one of the people of Jamaica, want make them get away with them something. Now the IMF and the world. Hmm. Ask Britain and America, or ask the Europeans and the Americans, why them owe China and not the IMF and the World Bank? Why when them want loan? Why them owe China so much money? If the IMF and the World Bank work for Europe and America, why is it that them owe China so much? Ask them why them owe the communist country so much. If the IMF and the World Bank works, that is not the mission of the IMF and the World Bank, is it? When you study international law, you would realize, especially when you study international business and finance law, you would realize that money on either side, whether to help those countries or a profit return for the IMF or the World Bank, it's not really the issue. As I always call them, these two organizations are an American international organization. All of these organizations you see, such as the UN, the WHO, if you notice, all of them have their bases, or most of them, in New York or Washington. They are an American international organization. That's how they ought to be seen. Yes, IMF and World Bank. The real purpose of the IMF and World Bank, they are policy dictators. What do I mean by that? when the IMF and the World Bank give you any financial assistance, it's not a meaningful financial assistance to develop your country, or it is not meaningful finance that they want a return on. They couldn't give two hullabaloo about getting back these loans that you hear they talk about, that they lend our countries and how much we're indebted to. No, that's not what it is about. Policy dictatorship. The IMF and the World Bank purpose of creation is to hold the colonies of the Western empires in the position of stagnancy and non-development. Therefore, when the IMF or the World Bank gives you any financial assistance, they take over the policy direction of your country. They have certain policy approach that they use in keeping the countries, say for instance, quote unquote, third world countries or developing countries or ex-colonies. In order to make sure that there's no meaningful development policy, this is how the American hegemon holds the world at ransom, not only by sanction and all of that, but through, it started with the World Bank and IMF policies, where once you partake in their money, then they take over the policy control of your country. In that policy control, they make sure your infrastructure is not developed. They make sure your healthcare, your education, all of that is at a stagnant level. And the argument that we're paying back our debt is not necessarily true. It's just a lie to you. It's more about the policy guidance for the IMF and the World Bank. Therefore, Nigel was sent to Jamaica to train how to F it up, because the purpose of the World Bank and the IMF is to F up countries, is to make sure the European economy and the American economy stands out and be the Mother Teresa of economies across the world. Angela Grant on Facebook, Wayne Evans. So Nigel Clarke was sent to Jamaica to train how to F up things. Therefore, you would have seen what Nigel has done to the Jamaican economy since he got hold of it. So Nigel's promotion is a detriment to the developing world. This may though be saved and stemmed by the rise of BRICS, which you see America is mustering war with China and Russia. This is the danger of the Jewish culprit, Kamala Harris. Hey, we don't hate Trump, but if we don't want peace in this world, it better you elect the racist than the grinning old fool, because what is coming, the global catastrophe over the dominance that America is losing in this planet, will evoke a war that you will not, none of us will be safe. You see the Americans, you see that breach where the Americans, not the NATO people, is going after that nuclear plant in Russia under the disguise of the Ukrainian. Nuclear war is ever heading closer a nuclear disaster. Una not pay attention, you know. Hey, Jesus. This planet is about to be messed up. And we're not even paying attention. We're not even paying attention to what is happening. I think Natalia may be busy, you know, not paying attention as to what may be happening close to us. So we're going out a road this. We now pay no attention to what happened in the global spheres. Because when you don't realize the planet is a balloon. So if you stick up in one side of it, it will affect the entire balloon. When you don't understand the danger of Kamala Harris. Trump is danger as well. Kamala Harris, though, is more dangerous for the planet. Trump may be dangerous for America. Kamala Harris, on the other hand, is a danger to the planet. So you all understand, Nigel Clarke wasn't there to be a good Minister of Finance for Jamaica. Nigel Clarke was sent, prove to us that you can F up a third world economy. Prove to us that you can dictate policies of recklessness to the third world economies that we will be driving policy directions to. Trump is dangerous in a sense of his rhetoric, blue wave, his rhetoric poses danger. That is a fact. His international, there's a policy that is run by the state of America that people inside America do not understand because it doesn't affect them. The American foreign policy is a danger to every country. The American foreign policy works closely with the IMF, the World Bank, the UN, and all of that, as well as private investors and NGO. Trump, as a president, is not interested in enforcing the American foreign policy. Trump is a protectionist. Trump just cares about America, America, America. Other American president is not like that. They dictate policies to countries around the world through this IMF, the World Bank, the WHO, the World Trade Organization. All of these American international organizations is what the American use to keep country in subjection to the IMF and the World Bank funding, because once them fund you, they take hold of your policy. And that's why Nigel was trained in Jamaica. And that's why he is promoted to where he is, because he has proven to his masters and can mess it up well. The danger for Jamaica is what's the next move. I don't know if Andrew would take my advice, but look outside of your team, Prime Minister. Nobody around you. I wonder, hey, Jesus. I wonder if the Prime Minister, because remember, Siaga did it, did he not? I wonder if Andrew is going to move the Ministry of Finance into his office, or will Andrew Holness become the Minister of Finance with portfolio? Edward Seaga did it, did he not? Did he even remember that IMF money? Lord Jesus, Jamaica economy and crime. Jamaica economy and crime under the Jamaica Labour Party. 70 people the Gleaner highlighted. 70 people were murdered in, 3 weeks? But crime is down by their percentage. Because we have to say their percentage now. We have to call it their percentage. Because we noticed the Prime Minister walk around the country and the Prime Minister take all sorts of crime report and assault. And the Prime Minister enforce it down with short. Say, look at how crime is down. 70 killed in Jamaica in 3 weeks, but murder is down 16%. 16% from August 3rd to August 24th. Prime Minister. And the statistic is so going down. But I mean, I understand that zigzag there. But I don't know, but then again, everybody I rejoice. The top job in the UN, in the IMF, is chosen by the Americans, the person above Nigel. And then Nigel, which is the second top job in the IMF, is chosen by the Europeans. Hey, Jesus. Why? Jamaica people, there's worse to come. Because remember, the policies coming from the IMF towards Jamaica, who will be the director? Nigel Clarke. Nigel Clarke will be pushing those policies. Jamaica going to get worse. Jamaica is about to get worse because now Nigel Clarke become the policy director. Deputy Managing Director, heavily policy influence. Nigel Clarke. Nigel Clarke is going to be pushing those policy towards Jamaica. And Uno don't say what's up. Uno think this is great that a Jamaican Minister of Finance has been promoted to Hokam Pokam. Look at the dangers to come. He will be the one. He will sit. He will be sitting at the IMF and dictating those cruel policies to Jamaica. Because them people direct Jamaica policy. PMP questioning government transition plan. Clarke departure for IMF pose risks to the Jamaican economy. I don't understand what the PNP say. Is the PNP saying that Nigel Clarke was doing good with the Jamaican economy? Ask the people of Kenya.
The same IMF that was encouraging the president of Kenya, William Ruto, to stand firm in his decision to tax the people of Kenya, right? It's the same IMF that stood and watched when people were being unalived, when people were losing their lives. This is the same IMF. Now, when they saw that the people of Kenya will not stand for this and will not accept it, and they turned on those people that wanted to overtax them, and they have actually succeeded because the president of Kenya did not sign the bill. Now they realized the people of Kenya will target the IMF next. Now is when they are saying condolences. This is the same
IMF who doesn't care when your president unleash a bloodbath on you to protect their policies within your country. The IMF would only care when their policy is at risk in your country. Danger coming to Jamaica. I want to sit down and wait. I think Nigel Clarke. You think Nigel Clarke not dangerous? Students. But you know them are go walk and tell all sort of lie, you know, to boost up Nigel. But we know Nigel a criminal. We know Sir Nigel preside over a major scandal. We knew Nigel preside over trillions missing from or the budget he disbursed to departments. So there's more to come. Now, turn to issues concerning the One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation. I know people don't like to call my name, but I'm not afraid to call people name. And this is nothing vindictive. I see a lot of people analyzing Rattigan across social media. Well, I'm going to play a snippet for you from a gentleman. But, and me and them don't agree right now, but Michelle Stern from Jamaica 411 is doing quite some good analysis of the whole issue. Now, let me make it clear. I was never a part of any of the whole organizational thing, of any of the groups. I was always prepared to give them media support, though. I was only involved in the discussion of the planning to do, what are they planning to do with the London protests. From my knowledge, with the whole of the group and everything that was involved together, from my understanding, Kevin Stew was never involved in anything to do with any of those groups other than what he does on Reason with Rattigan on a Saturday. Ask yourself the question, why is Kevin Stew, or why was Kevin Stew so angry on Saturday evening over the donors asking back for their money? And I want to say to all of the broadcasters out there, me know you don't like me. Me not asking enough for credit. The records are there. But please, wanna stop call up Herb and Dr. Francis' name with regards to the questions posed to the organization. They were never posed by them. The investigation of the organization was done by me. Me no one afraid to call me name. Me no one don't like me. That's fine. But when I stop call up the gentleman them name, it's Global TV who asks the question. It's Global TV who probe Rattigan until him end up in a mainstream media and all over social media. Stop call up the man them name. Because these gentlemen and I, outside of callers, do not have any communication. We really don't. I'm a media host. I'm not looking for a friend or anything with anybody. It's not about that. It's purely media work. You know, like how Zara Burton by turning an Andrew neck from Andrew in opposition till now. I saw me go by turn in the One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation neck. If there's anything to be investigated or highlighted, it's a registered organization. They're doing work for the public. I'm going to do it. But Kevin Stew was angry with the donors. I wonder why Kevin came out so strong to defend Mr. Rattigan. Now, Mr. Rattigan, I gave you an advice in the past about your channel, how you should structure your Saturday evening show by breaking it up into 4 different slots, make it easier for the public viewing. Never mind, that's not the issue. I also advise you on one occasion that you claim say you're not interested in the money, blah blah blah. Why don't you monetize the YouTube channel? Because when you're doing the monetization, Mr. Rattigan, you can register the monetization under the One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation, and that, Mr. Rattigan, could be a funding stream for the organization. I think that would be sensible to do. Ask yourself, why is it that you do not want to go that route, Mr. Rattigan? That's the perfect funding stream, is it not? And that money could run the affairs of the organization. Do you think that makes sense? I want to ask you a question, Mr. Rattigan, because on your website, the Reason with Rattigan is attached to your website as well. Given that Reason with Rattigan is not monetized yet, the financial affairs or expenses of Reason with Rattigan is the One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation covering any expenses to do with the Reason with Rattigan? And just ask the questions, is the Reason with Rattigan broadcast, is that the media arm of the organization, Mr. Rattigan? Could you state or not? And if it is the expenses of Reason with Rattigan covered by the organization? Just a question. Kevin Stew, ask Mr. Rattigan, long tongue leader, can use leader, can use yes, so can use this, so passa, chatty bag leader. Kevin Stew, ask Mr. Rattigan what he told Jeffrey about your personal business and who Jeffrey Tavares would have related that to. That might quell your anger into dismay, Mr. Stew. Or you want me to tell you what Jeffrey Rattigan said? You see, that's the long tongue, is it? But then again, leave it at that. You're asking questions. You came out last week in a 6-minute video, Mr. Rattigan. You made it quite clear that you resigned from all the rollback way. I want to clear up something for Michelle Stern, because you're doing some good questioning, you know, Michelle. I know you don't like me. I know you not call me name. Me not have no, me not afraid of no. Me will cuss on if I have to cuss on, and I will tell you all the tomorrow. Leave it at that. But let me explain something for your understanding, Michelle Stern. There is the stoled organization, the Global Jamaica Diaspora Council. There is the call to action protest group. There is also the Diaspora Crime and Prevention Task Force. Before the disgraceful debacle, Ms. Stern, all of these organizations work together under the umbrella of the stolen organization. The One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation, which was under that umbrella, Miss Stern, was the funding arm of the entire all-compassing of all of them. This was the reason Miss Stern, Mr. Rattigan, in his dismissiveness of all the organizations, said, this, he said, is my baby, referring to the One Jamaica Legal Defense Foundation, the cash cow, Miss Stern, of the entire hullabaloo. Now I think you will get that bit, and maybe you will also get why Mr. Stew is so angry, but leave it to that. Now, a gentleman said something. Now, on your website this morning, I copied this morning, Mr. Rattigan. The Global Jamaica Diaspora and the Jamaica Diaspora Crime Prevention Intervention and Prevention Task Force that you have resigned from, disassociate yourself from, Mr. Rattigan. Could you remove those information from your website? It is misleading. Another information on your website, Mr. Rattigan, under Who Are We, is that your organization, Mr. Rattigan, is based in Jamaica. Those information, Mr. Rattigan, are either misleading or manipulative, and you should correct them at the earliest time possible to show that the organization have integrity, accountability, and it is indeed, Mr. Rattigan, transparent. You cannot, Hutu, then not be seen to be doing the right thing. But a gentleman over social media, I don't even know what version of social media he broadcasts on, never seen or listened to this gentleman before, but it has came to my attention, and I want to play it for you.
Ask for visibility, they can't get it. But what he does is him try to spin the narrative, and now here he is throwing people under the bus. But in my book, I don't know new. He's just overtly doing it now. But let me see his strategy from a long time. Rattigan would have, you see the people Rattigan want to keep around him. Prezi, we ain't lonesome. One next brother, let me see. He likes to keep people around him who are more on the docile side of things. Rattigan could work with somebody that can be. Because when me ask questions, we can't get the answer. My personality is strong, so you can't convince me. You understand me? So Rattigan wants to keep people the same quality where you see in a Bunting and Golden too, you know. You notice, they don't keep the woman around them, and then I know young people around them. Them why? Yes, man, for they around them. And when they can't get the yes man now, and people start ask questions, you see how quick the man that throw them under the bus. What a Rattigan is a traitor to Jamaica, traitor to the country of Jamaica, and traitor to the very people that he had around him. You hear the things what the man has said about Dr. Francis, and the things the man has said about Herb. But I could say it happening now because you see the traitorous activities that you guys have been doing. It's well deserved. God don't like ugly. And so, I don't really spend no whole heap of time. I research and look at Rattigan. If you want to look at my videos, Rattig Patty Shop Crumble, I think that's one of them. And is he worse than what we thought? Whole heap of details. I'm not going to research no more details. It's all there. And that case he won against the FBI, as a couple of people pointed out, he never won those cases on the merits of the case. He just did it. Anybody can claim retaliation in a workplace. Enough people in the comment section say them do it already. Me do it already. But look at what those cases were about. This is a meddling individual. Bringing all...
The word that's in everything he says, what stands out for me is when he said, this is a meddling individual. If he doesn't get his way, he will create havoc. I trust and hope that Mr. Rattigan will see it necessary for the integrity of the organization to do the right thing. Correct the information on your website. Start having a bookkeeping account, Mr. Rattigan, because Michelle Stern identified that clearly, and I spoke about that. You're not doing any bookkeeping of the organization. Do you have lists for the donors, for the people you've collected money from in cash? And how will you, Mr. Rattigan, reconcile those finances on your tax return? Bear in mind, though, people, you are being stringed along, because when this year when the tax has been filed in October, what you will only find out is the entrance for the spending of last year. The spendings that I am questioning, mostly to do with this year, you're not, based on how Rattigan is taking it, because he's not doing the bookkeeping and producing like a quarterly financial statement. So the spending affairs, based on the tax filing he said you should wait on, you will not know of the spending of 2024 until 2025. Thank you for watching Global Television this morning. I hope you enjoyed this morning program. We over here are dedicated to journalism, not susuism. If there's a question to be asked, if there is a probe to be had, Global Television will make sure that is done. Thank you, and good morning, good afternoon from Global Television.